Let's continue here. Okay. They've shot me up. They're a Gloucester Gladiator. Okay, so they are a just what I was talking about earlier, a biplane. This is of course a carrier operated version, but it's done as a fighter. Like I say, they're very maneuverable. It's just no matter what, they got better and better as time goes on, reducing the drag on the the engine cowling and the fuselage and all of that, and get the rivets and whatever smoother and smoother for less and less drag over the the time of the war and leading up to it. So that helped. But simply the drag of the two wings and the struts and whatnot between the two wings basically automatically makes any biplane, if you put the same engine in a biplane or in a monowing plane, it's going to be considerably slower in a biplane. So that's why by the end of the war, obviously you see no well, let's just give these guys a little bit out of here and give these guys a little bit more reconnaissance. None of the major powers are using biplanes in any sort of fighter capacity. They're sort of like the Soviets, the night witches, the women that would night fighting and night attack would fly biplanes, I know, and I don't know how late into the war they did that. And so maybe some specialty roles in the Soviet Union or training aircraft in different places. Yeah, that's one thing that the U.S. throughout the war, was it the steersmen or something? They're flying biplanes as their basic, primary trainers. There were, two position, dual controlled, biplane type fighter ish. It was never made, I don't think, as a fighter, but made as a trainer for the Americans at home. So they were using them, on the home front for training purposes, but not in any sort of frontline things. I enjoy it with higher difficulty. It means ultra experience with Soviet conscripts and stuff like that. Yep, definitely. And we're gonna, well, I guess we can move into the harbor here. So get supply from there. You're staying, we'll move you into this port. Supply these troops there. And we'll keep you there, and we'll keep you there. Okay. Low fuel, some of your, yeah, I know. Well, who's low fuel that I could do something about? Nothing. So, never mind. Yeah, continue. The fighter's back. And they're going to continue shooting down my aircraft. I can't get fast enough away from them. Okay. Live, learn. Don't make the mistakes that I do. Okay, we got Trondheim in 2 of the 3 primary victory hexes in the amount of time, the 10 turns. Well, I'm going to guess there's somebody there, so we're going to just move up onto the bridge and hold. Okay, they've retreated out of here, so we can come up to here. There'll be somebody down there. We'll think about that movement. Well, okay, these guys are very weak. They can't land because these guys are over my airbase, I guess. Maybe I should have attacked here first. Or at least they're down now. What to do, because I want to get that as soon as possible. So, yep, I know we're going to get flat gun, but it's only a 5 strength flat gun, so that wasn't terribly effective. I guess they drove off a lot of aircraft. These guys are going to get to the airfield and hold it and reinforce. They better freaking hold it. Or paratroopers coming. They're going to come up, and I'm going to remember to use my indirect fire. I don't think I'm going to worry about that, so we're going to drive all the way up to there. These guys are going to drive all the way up to here. Because we be desperate. In this game or Panzer Corps, where the planes refuel by just being I actively have to land him. When I click here, see this here, I cannot land in the same turn as attack or take off. I have to get either on top of or one hex next to the airbase, and then actually land. Hit the landing button here and land and get fuel. So yeah, no, I have to actively land. Yeah, that is a thing with this game. Okay, well, yeah, they got really good. Okay, so we'll see about maybe not. Okay, this is smart because I'm just checking out to see if anybody is in there. I know it wasn't a flagged city, but let's reinforce you. Still don't know how much I should worry about a counterattack. Okay, let's just keep trying to fly away. Maybe I'll lose you. I don't know. Probably not. I'm coming down to here to hopefully get the big Navy ships to come in and bombard these guys, but I don't know. Yep, and I may lose this scenario. And you can't land in any airfield that has troops on it, or... Oh, that may be because I have troops on it, that's why I can't land there. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's probably a problem. Gotta get these guys away from it, but I also have to get... Yeah, this is a problem. We're gonna probably crash and burn. Yeah. Yep, making mistakes. Someone commented on one of my earlier videos of, oh, you guys should be moving. Probably made a mistake of not moving you for a turn or something. I don't know. one of the videos I posted of this recently. Yes, I do. Oh, we sort of outrun you. Okay. Well. We gotta get Norway here. Or Oslo, I should say. Okay. Artillery, artillery. You're too far away. Okay. Okay, we lost the fighters, as you can see. You do sort of have a grace turn. The reason they didn't all go away, but you lose, I think it's like half strength. I'm just going to land you. I'm going to fly over here, land you. You can land multiple aircrafts on the airfield. Okay, no, right click. We don't wrong click that. You, because you are in fairly good shape, is good. To go after that. This is desperation time. We're doing everything we can possibly to... These guys can't move, these guys can't move. These guys can at least get to here while these... For next turn, hopefully some bombardment capable. Yeah, let's come to the south down here, and you can come up to here. Right. That's good. Now, that's not a bad thing. We would do better attacking from here, but we're going to... I don't think we can take these guys out this turn. We're going to come here, and we're going to reinforce. Okay, well, we need to still sort of connect the dots, so I figured that would be there, so I didn't want to push too hard. I think we will fall back from here. Fun strat in the games. I don't like it when long-term game like, or when you just shoot your CVs in the war many years ago. Seem odd the planes can't land if they're... Yeah, I think it's just a game engine limitation. It would be my guess, because in a practical way I don't see it either, but in a... I've never... Now that I thought about it, I've never seen that as a thing. You know, having like an anti-aircraft gun or something in the exact same hex. That actually does put this hangar is vulnerable to ground attack now, which will damage the aircraft in it. Yeah, no, we're not attacking there. We're not attacking there. No, you're just going to hang out there. Okay, you See, I'm a little worried about a British counterattack is going to come this way. Yeah. Yep, okay. Okay, they're leaving the map, it looks like, from here. Probably something in the more ships you get out, the better things are. Before the Royal Navy, the RN, shows up. Ooh, that was actually very painful. I thought we would have done better on the defense. And then do very good on the defense. Okay, well, this is our last turn to take 3 objective hexes, so let's... Oh, these guys... I guess we have to land them on an airbase or something. Okay, well, they don't parachute out. I was hoping they would. Okay, be smart, gamer, be smart. Oh, you're out of ammo, you're out of ammo, okay. We're going to fly you over here. Yes, I know we have the AA gun. We're going to do what we can. Make sure we're on ground groups. You're going to stay right where you are because these guys are going to come here. They're going to stay right where they are because we would rather hold. Oslo than lose it to even an anti-aircraft gun or something. Not good to attack across river, but these guys are so weak. We just take them out and move to the hill. Okay, at an airfield. Okay, well then we will see about doing so. Okay, good. There we go. Troops. Okay, good. We'll do the same thing. More troops. Yay. Okay, so we got troops. More troops. Not an airborne attack. These guys need supplies. Only initial 2 are false Jaegers. Okay, yeah, there was a... Germans did a lot, especially in the early years, their offensive years, air transporting units around. And including, you know, into North Africa. You see the big gigants, the big huge gliders that they turned into, what, 6 engine, put engines on them, I think 6 of them. Big, huge super transports. They were flying in tanks, you know, 38 Ps, I think is about as big as they would get for a tank on it. I think it's more of a size limitation. Weight, if you get, you know, a Tiger or something would be too much, but flying those across the Mediterranean, did a lot of that. A lot of the Crete situation, the early airborne landings into Crete were just disastrous for the Luftwaffe. But once they did secure the airfields, they flew in primarily, and they did this maybe a bit more in northern, up in Narvik, but fly in mountain troops, just because their equipment is all set up to be lighter, so they'd load in the light, you know, the pack howitzers and the, you know, their sort of pack guns, because we were talking earlier about, we don't really have enough points to do anymore. The artillery, they did make a packed version for the mountain troops of this little guy. That was just actually, I think, slightly heavier than the standard model, but it was made to be quickly assembled and disassembled, you know, the wheels that come off and all the different pieces, and carry it in multiple parts and quickly put it together again. So you could put those onto in their sort of separated form easier on the aircraft and get them in and off of normal transport planes. So you had a lot of that type of operations, and they would use Gebirgsjägers with them. Okay, well, I don't know that we're going to attack there. These guys are going to keep heading back this way. Yeah, we're going to fall back to here and fall back to here and reinforce them. But we know where they are now, and we have time to eventually, because we have 30 turns. Not going to make it today at 30 turns, but with getting this objective hex, that should give us our 3 objectives in 10 turns. Yeah, we can. You going better. Yeah, you can fly this way, I guess. Oh, we can take these guys off now that they're refueled. Yep, that's what we want to do. Now, yeah, we're going to spend the big cash and reinforce it with good. Keep that gold star. Right, okay. I'm good with all that. Whether the German para-assault was a doctrine of not jumping. Yes, carrying their full kit. That's absolutely. Instead of using equipment to drop pods, and the troops had to get their containers. That's their biggest failing. Absolutely. Also, their parachutes weren't that good. Or at least the parachutes that the Americans, and I presume the British. I'm not sure on the British. Okay, the only thing we haven't done is connect up Oslo and Trondheim, but we got the 2 primary cities and 3 primary victory points in 10 turns. Very good. We're not deploying any tanks. And destroy a British naval unit. Well, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. With key points in southern Norway secured, the OKW, Oberkommando der Wehrmacht, has decided to deploy an ad hoc formation of light tanks to support further operations. Okay. That would be these guys. Yay. Yeah, just come here. Well, we'll see about how we want to use our artillery. You stay right where you are. We're going to bring you down to here. Better to always attack from a solid land and not from a bridge. For some reason, because of the way they landed, they didn't get credit for taking that bit of territory. That will at least put them in. Okay, we're going to fly up here. Oh, they're now strong. Okay, well. Yep. Your Gloucester Gladiators got to shoot down a few of our... You'll need bombers to sink the British naval. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. If they got close enough to my Stukas, theoretically could do it, but... Well... Okay, I'm going to gamble that nothing is going to get to these guys effectively. I think we will push out this way with them. Okay, this gets us best movement of my artillery. Well, we want to come and use some of the air power up there eventually. We'll be right next to him for an escort. These guys get to take off. I was hoping some of these ships would come over here and just pound him. But oh well. Kriegsmarine. Oh, there's a gun there. Yeah, I think we'll end the turn. You have points to purchase more planes. Yeah, I do. Because of the loss. The problem is, and I would like another fighter. Well, I do have an. I'm gonna wait a turn. Alright. Yeah, 80 ain't so bad. Okay, that'll leave me with 59 points. Yeah, okay, we'll purchase and deploy this. You're right. Oh, okay, yes, take a reserve unit. Yes, we want to do that. Reactivate, where? Undeployed. Here. Okay, oh good, we get to deploy right to here. Great. There we go. Yep, we do. Thank you. No. No. What's the get rid of the deployment thing? Oh boy, I forget. How do I get rid of this now? Well, there is a way. No. See, I'm an expert at this. I know everything. Don't know if any of you people remember. Escape, no. Oh well. Oh well. Maybe it'll go away. I know there is a button to push to remove that. Control or Alt? No. Oh, click purchase again? Okay, cancel. Oh, okay. Well, like that did it. Oh, well, whatever. Thank you. Though, okay, click purchase again. I do know it goes away, but let's see. Yeah, I think we already checked all these. Yes. Let's continue. That did it though, but now you do know that there's an anti-aircraft gun. Oh, good. You do know, so you are good at it. Good. At least you're being somewhat useful as you grind down my reconnaissance plane. Yeah, I didn't know. I don't purchase enough units. It's been a while since I've done that. In the middle of the game, middle of the battle, the mission, whatever. Right. Okay. Yes. A little afraid that there. Yep, there's troops there. Okay, good. That's why I didn't want to quite just walk in there with them. I think we will. Those are engineers that are leading the way. We'll. Bring these guys up. Bring these guys up at the front. Oh, you got to come back here and land. Those are the ones that hadn't landed last time. strafe them. Escort these guys. I know that I could have followed him. I think he went up around here, but well, let's... Okay, there is an airfield up here. Now, these air bases here are different than the big ones, obviously. The main difference that I know of is you can only take off. I think you can... And there's, I think, a fewer max number you can actually land there, but you can only take off one aircraft unit at a time. So if you have 2 or 3 aircraft units landed there, you can land as much as you want in a turn, I believe. I mean, I'm pretty sure. But when you want to take them off, you can only do 1 off per turn from a field airstrip compared to a proper hangar airbase type situation. So just keep that in mind. They are useful, but they, you know, are not quite the same thing. Don't know if we bother about going down there for that. So we'll leave the engineers here. Let's start walking the Fulsom Jaegers up that way. The heavy infantry with trucks will follow along there. You guys keep checking out the countryside, getting us a few more points. That's always helpful. Okay. You need to keep running for your life, as it were. Yeah, no, we're not going to attack out there right now, at least. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, well, probably an infantry unit in there. Definitely heavy infantry there. So, well, I think maybe another one. But I'm a little worried about the American, or not the Americans, the British showing up, the French. Not that worried about the French, worried about the British. 1 per turn field airstrip, 2 turns per proper. Okay, proper airstrip. Is there a limitation of 2 turns? Maybe I'm just never needing to take off more than 2 at a time. Or rarely enough to have noticed that. I'm more of an instinctual player to games like this than I am a, you know all the rules player. I guess maybe you can tell that by watching me play. Yeah, bombard that teach it a lesson for shooting at my transport planes, or no, my spotting planes. Okay, he's taking off. They're coming over. Oh, they landed at the Norwegian airstrip. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, French and British troops have landed on Norwegian soil, and we must drive them back and seize their bases before the operation can be concluded and add new added objective. Okay, well. Oh, hello, Big Bunker. How are you doing there today? We're going to keep moving for that, though. Well, I guess we should have. So we're going to come down from here, kept over to there. Well, head that way again. March, counter-march, disorder. That's what we're doing today. Disorder. But here, let's see how our 110s do against this guy. Pretty good. And probably should have done the 109s first, but either way. There we go. These guys just get to take off this turn. these are the engineers. Okay, they're not going to participate in the attack. They fired. They fired. These guys are going to come up and use their mortars. Gain a few more points there. Okay. Read the rules, that's so unnatural. Absolutely. I literally only read rules if I can't figure something else out. I do once in a while have to, but it's more of a if I must thing than ever do it any other way. Well, there's again, I know most of you already have, but if you haven't followed me over on Twitch, my Twitch channel, if you like my style of talking about history while playing the game, I do live stream on the weekends, mostly for myself. Hey, Pino, good to have you here. You can get the live streams on Twitch, as well as, you know, replays. And I actually repost all the stuff I do for Slitherine eventually on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see that, you can check out my YouTube channel. And yes, we've run out of time. I want to thank you. You've been a great audience. Really good participation. I think of myself as a YouTuber who also streams. So I don't like stream every day or anything like that, like a proper streamer. But I do love the interaction and not just making videos. So it was great interaction today. So I really enjoyed that. And I thought it was this week, but next week I should be back with, I think it's Fantasy General 2 on Tuesday. So I'll be back. And like I say, on the weekends I stream as well, my own channel. So, and I do believe there is, although I think everybody's on vacation at Slitherine, I think there is a full, so they didn't update the schedule this week, so I don't expect it next week, but so the posted schedule will be wrong, I do believe, continuing for a while, but there is a full, they did, with all of us, and I know Yog Dog and presumably Richard earlier, 3 scheduled streams, the normal, you know, Tuesday through Saturday if Kushan's doing the weekend stuff. So yes, thanks everyone. Thanks Van Bishop, Chaplain for Bacchus. Hello, Chris Mack. Thank you. Please do. See you all next time.